had the pleasure of meeting Jordan Page. He's a musician who worked with Ron Paul on his 2008 presidential campaign, which is a really big deal. Jordan has a lot of great music that he wrote that is freedom-minded, and even has some conspiracy stuff in there as well. And I'm really into the freedom type of music. So it was a pleasure seeing Jordan perform, meeting him. He's a great guy. And one of the things that I liked about him, on top of the music, was that he's also an activist like myself. And he made me aware of something that I had never heard of, which was pretty shocking. And it's a really good story, but it's also really unfortunate. And it's great what Jordan Page is doing by bringing awareness to this issue of Schaeffer Cox. Now, you probably don't know who Schaeffer Cox is, and that's the whole point of this video. I'm going to cut to an event that Jordan Page played at. I met him at Tom Wood's, his house, and then he played at another party close to my house here in Orlando the following day. And so I filmed him at the party. I am going to make another video with just him singing his songs. I'll link to that in the description below so you can check out his music. But I just wanted to kind of preface what I'm getting ready to show you, because Jordan tells a little bit of the story of Schaeffer Cox, and then at the end of the video he basically showed us a music video that he made about Schaeffer Cox. I'm not going to show that video, but I'll also link to that video which premiered yesterday. I'm going to link to that video as well. So when you're done with this, watch Jordan Page's music video about Schaeffer Cox. It's really touching, and we really need to get the word out on this about this incident.
So Schaeffer Cox is one of our brothers. He is in one of the worst prisons in the world, which is right in the United States in Terre Haute, Indiana. It's called the Communication Management Unit, the CMU. There are two CMUs in the United States, and they are both rife with human rights abuses, murder, and absolute neglect. Prisoners are starved. Most of the prisoners in there are suffering from starvation-type diseases. And Schaeffer Cox was a Ron Paul libertarian. He was a guy up in Alaska running for office. He was holding seminars, teaching people about the Constitution, about their rights, about the founding fathers and the founding principles of our country. And as he was going door to door, meeting his constituents in Fairbanks, Alaska, thousands of people were telling him about the gross abuses of CPS and the court systems and the police, going all the way up to much higher levels of government. And he started calling out these child trafficking networks for what they were, and he started naming names, which is one thing you don't do when you're poking the bear, is name names. But names need to be named, and he had the courage to do so. The FBI framed him for conspiracy to murder federal agents. This never happened. It was a state trial in Alaska, and the case was completely thrown out because there was no evidence against him. The federal government superseded its jurisdiction and tried him again at a federal level, which it has no jurisdiction to do. And the prosecution in that case withheld all the evidence, exculpatory evidence, that would have set him free. And instead, they held it back illegally, and the jury found him guilty based on an audio recording of FBI informants asking him, if agents were shooting at you and your kids, would you shoot back? And he said, in that extreme case, yes, I would. But if they ever come for me, I'm going to pull a Gandhi, not a Rambo. Amen. And which is exactly what he did. They tried to kill him and his family twice. They failed by the grace of God. And then on the third attempt, they arrested him instead. And he was given 26 years in federal prison. He served 8 of it so far. They moved his trial from Alaska to Washington State so that the witnesses could not testify on his behalf. He was railroaded at every turn. This is one of our brothers. He's no different than you or me.
We are Mark Schmitter. I am John Kurtz.
I am John Kurtz. I am Mark Schmitter. I am Schaeffer Cox. This man is a righteous man. He needs to be set free. Back in June, I was given a copy of his book, The Lost Lyrics of Schaeffer Cox. These were song lyrics that he was writing in the prison in Washington before they moved him to Terre Haute, Indiana. where he is in a 98% radical ISIS Muslim population. He's one of 4 Christians in this prison. They're all marked for death, and we need to get him out. The judge in his case has ordered that all the evidence in his case be released, so this could actually get him out of prison. And so someone gave me a copy of his book of lyrics. It had a very profound impact on me. The Lord touched me to write a song for him and to work with his foundation. We got Schaeffer's Angels that handles the upkeep of his family, his children, and his court battles. So
Wait, stop. Talk about how they were lost and they were found and they came to your hands.
right. So Schaeffer was writing these lyrics in the prison, and the lyrics were left behind when they took him away. He thought that these songs and lyrics were lost forever, but somebody, we don't know who, it's still a mystery, someone found the lyrics and was moved by them enough to smuggle them out of the prison. It might have been a guard, it might have been a prisoner, we don't know. But they were smuggled out of the prison and put into the hands of his legal team, who then published them into a book. This book made them into my hands in June, and it inspired me to write this song. And now we have the music video and the song are released tomorrow, and it's a worldwide premiere. I'm doing interviews for the next couple of months. Right now, the next week and a half, we have interviews, including tonight, that will reach over 2 million people to make Schaeffer Cox a household name and put political pressure to get him out. So you are among the first to see this video. It's not public yet. It'll be around midnight, but you are the first.
And is Cole Parker here? He's on his way. Is he here? Cole, come up for a second.
Cole Parker? Hey, man.
Okay, this is Cheryl and John Parker's son from our group. He's a little bigger than the last time you might have seen him. And
So Cole edited this little short film. It was shot up in eastern Washington, where I live, and we sent the footage to Cole, and he made it into this really beautiful masterpiece. So.
Cheryl is ill tonight, and I guess John's with her, and she sends her regards and a generous donation.
Okay, awesome.
And Cole.
Yeah, so thank you, Cole, for your hard work. Cole donated his time and amazing talent and efforts to this, and I really appreciate you.
It turned out so good, Cole. Great job helping out, man.
So I talked to Schaeffer 3 weeks ago on the phone. He has two 15-minute phone calls a week that are monitored by the prison, and he told me, I sang the song to him over the phone for the first time, and he said to me that he had lost the ability to cry many years ago during this process, and he could hear my kids playing in the background, and he said that listening to the song and hearing my children reminded him that there is a real world out there beyond the prison, and that even though he hasn't cried in many years, he feels like he could again. So this is a really amazing cause, and he has a real shot of getting out. So as much as you can spread this video around and encourage people to buy the song, half the proceeds of the song will go directly to his foundation. I actually used a couple of lyrics from Schaeffer's lyrics in this book, so I made him a co-author. And so the foundation will get half the song sales, and I'm going to donate some of mine as well. So, all right, here we go. This is called The Persecution of Schaeffer Cox.